Who is Mahavidya Tripura Sundari? Before understanding who is Mahavidya Tripura Sundari, I would like to make a clear difference between who is Shiva and who is Shakti. Shiva is the pure consciousness which does not identify itself with anything, and Shakti is the pure consciousness which identifies itself with many things. For example, since your childhood till the present age, there was something within you that did not change, right? So that is nothing but Shiva, that is your pure consciousness. And there were many things inside you that kept on changing. For example, your body and mind kept on changing. So that is Shakti. So whatever changes continuously is Shakti, and whatever remains constant is Shiva. So in order to give a practical example, let us do an experiment. That is, I would like you to close your eyes and stop thinking for 5 seconds. Even I'll do the same. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, now you can open your eyes. So when we both stopped thinking, our pure consciousness was at rest. And those 5 seconds, our pure consciousness was the same. So what I mean by that is, when the pure consciousness is at rest, everything is same. There is no difference between me, you, plants, animals, birds, insects, non-living things, nothing. Everything is same. Everything is pure consciousness. But when that pure consciousness starts thinking, that time the shape changes, the behavior and the shape changes. So that's because of different kinds of desires. That is, pure consciousness has different kinds of desires, due to which it assumes different mind and body, that is behavior and shape. So that is why the world exists, like the plants, insects, buildings, me, you, our friends, relatives, family, all exist because the pure consciousness assumes different forms and shapes based on desires. So desire is the cause of the external world, but that external world is not in reality external. The external world, what you are seeing right now, is in truth internal. Because of our desires, the external world appears external. See, our desire is of the body and the mind. Since we have body and mind, the world appears to be external. But if we don't have the body and the mind, the world disappears. That is, the whole cosmos is just nothingness. It is pure nothingness, pure consciousness. It's not doing anything. But when that pure consciousness identifies with body and mind, it becomes small. It sees the world as external. So now we have to know who is Mahavidya Tripura Sundari. Before understanding who is Mahavidya Tripura Sundari, I would like to talk about the 7 chakras. The 7 chakras are the 7 energy centers in our body which governs different kind of desires. For example, the Muladhara chakra governs the desire for food and sleep. Swadhisthana chakra governs the desire for sex. Manipura chakra governs the desire for power. Anahata chakra governs the desire for love. Vishuddha chakra governs the desire to communicate. Ajna chakra governs the desire to think. And finally, the Sahasrara chakra governs the desire to exist. So these are the desires due to which the external world appears external. Without these desires, there would be no worlds, there would be no you. Everything would have been nothing. Everything appears as everything because of our 7 modes of desires, the 7 energy centers. These 7 energy centers have their own Shiva and Shakti, that is, their own desire and detachment. For example, in the Muladhara chakra, as I told, it has the desire of food and sleep. So before we eat food, when we are hungry, we have the desire to eat food. That desire is nothing but Shakti. So after we eat food, the Muladhara chakra gets an orgasm, and soon we get detached from the desire of orgasm, that is desire of food. After we eat food, we get detached from the desire of eating food. So that is nothing but Shiva. So every chakra has its own Shiva and Shakti, that is the desire and detachment from the desire. So basically every chakra has its own orgasm. And now we are talking about the Sahasrara chakra. In the Sahasrara chakra, also there is a desire, that is the desire to exist. And Mahavidya Tripura Sundari represents the Shakti of the Sahasrara chakra, which is nothing but, she represents the desire to exist. So Mahavidya Tripura Sundari is the multidimensional entity who is supplying the desire to exist. So she is nothing but us, though that multidimensional entity is us. It is not separate from us. It is our higher self which is supplying the desire to exist, so that the pure consciousness matures. So why am I calling it matures? Are we not already matured enough? The answer is no, we are still human beings. See, we have matured from amoeba, that is evolved. I mean, we were amoeba before when life started on earth. Then we became multicellular, then reptiles, amphibians, reptiles, mammals. So slowly we evolved, and finally we became humans. So our human consciousness now has all the 7 chakras, whereas if you compare it to a dog has only the below 1, 2, 3, 4 chakras. So Anahata chakra is very strong in dog, that is, it loves very unconditionally, but it does not have a strong Vishuddha, Ajna and Sahasrara, that is, it cannot communicate very accurately, cannot think very accurately. So the upper 3 chakras are not strong in dogs and animals and all. So soon those dogs also will get the Vishuddha chakra. As they grow the desire to communicate, their consciousness will evolve and become like humans. Then finally they'll become real humans. Then they'll also start evolving. So the point of life is to evolve. Now we have to evolve. Now we have all the 7 chakras, right? Now in order to evolve, we have to detach from the lower chakras. That is desire to communicate, desire for love, desire for power, desire for sex, and desire for food. So when we detach from the lower desires, we will be able to evolve. That is, we can become astral beings after death. If we are still enjoying the pleasures of the lower chakras, then we will come back as human beings. It is all again up to you, whether you want to evolve, whether you want to stay a human in next life, or you want to advance very much. So it's all up to you. And if you want to evolve, then first step is to become an astral being. Astral being is a being who has detached himself from the lower chakras, and he's just operating in the Ajna chakra. Ajna chakra is the chakra where the desire to think exists. So astral being, when he was a human before, he has contemplated a lot upon who am I, why the world exists, why is everything present. So he has questioned himself a lot. Finally, he has questioned himself, where is this thought coming from? So when we question ourselves, where are the thoughts coming from? See, even desire to think, right? Even the thoughts are coming from a place of desire to think. So even to question who am I, he has to have a desire to think. So that is why we should not have desire to think also in order to know the truth. In order to know the truth, we should not have any desires. Even the desire to think, even the desire to question the reality must not exist in order to know the truth. So the truth is, nothing exists. Whatever you are seeing externally is the reflection of your internal desires. In reality, nothing exists. Everything is Shiva. Everything is pure consciousness. Now, since we have desire to think, we create many worlds. For example, when you sleep, you lose the desire of the body. So you lose the desire of all the chakras. You just have the desire of the mind. But again, you create a dream realm that is called as astral realm. In astral realm, you create scenarios. Similarly, there are many astral beings who create beautiful places. But the problem is, you are like a astral being who creates bad scenarios. For example, in dreams, I don't know whether you create nightmares or good dreams. It all depends upon you. The problem is, you are not aware in your dream, due to which you create bad scenarios for yourself. What that means is, the unexplored part of your consciousness is not safe for you. So you have to be very comfortable with your unexplored part of your consciousness. Only then you can become an astral being. If you are scared of your own consciousness, then you cannot be an astral being. So you have to be very comfortable with your dreams. That is, you have to be fully aware, fully in control. Only then after that you can become an astral being who goes to the astral realm and will not come back to the physical realm. If you have the desires of the lower chakras, then you will come back to the physical realm. So if you want to go to the astral realm, you have to just operate in the Ajna chakra. There is the desire to think. Now, moving on to what is a causal being. So causal being has left the desire to think also. He just has the desire to exist. So he has mastered Mahavidya Tripura Sundari, that is the desire to exist. So he has the most creative power in all the 3 realms. So what he does is, he has the ability to create universes. See, now during dream, we create a small scenario. We create a very small place which is very unstable. As soon as we get scared, we come out of that place. So we are also like a causal being, but we are a very mild, very small, tiny form, immature form of a causal being. What I mean by that is, causal beings are nothing but Vishnu. Vishnu, that is the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who creates universes. And human beings are nothing but the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Not only human beings, all the plants, animals, we are all Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. That is smaller parts of Vishnu. That is immature parts of Vishnu, who are scared of their own consciousness. So we have to become from Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, we have to become like Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. That is, we have to get the capability of creating universes. So only then we can become causal beings. And finally, after becoming causal beings, the Vishnu, that is the Garbhodakshaya Vishnus, loses interest in creating universe. He loses the desire to exist itself. When he loses the desire to exist, he becomes Shiva. So that is the last evolution. Evolution's last stage is Shiva. So first it is from amoeba till amoeba till human beings, it is all Kshirodakshaya Vishnu only. That is the immature forms of Vishnu. And after that, we become the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. That is, first we become the astral beings like Swami Vivekananda, Yogananda, who are able to create very safe and stable scenarios in the astral realm. And finally, we have to become the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, that is, ability to create universes. After we lose the interest of creating universe and also to lose the interest of existing, then we become Shiva. So our highest self is Shiva. Our higher forms are Vishnus and the enlightened beings. All the enlightened beings, all the multidimensional entities are our higher self. So those multidimensional entities can see our life like a movie. Similarly, a causal being can see an astral being's life like a movie. Whereas Shiva is the pure consciousness which does not have interest in watching movie only. He switches off the TV and throws the remote away. Like, fuck it, I don't want anything. So causal being switches on the channel of causal realm. Astral being switches on the channel of astral realm. And human being switches on the channel of physical realm, which requires the 5 sensory organs. So we are all consciousness which have tuned to certain frequency, due to which we are seeing the external world. We can tune it off also, like we can switch off the TV and become Shiva. But that is too far goal. We cannot become that. After that, first you have to become astral, causal, then Shiva. So that is the stages of evolution. I hope I have brought some light to your consciousness. I hope you will evolve soon. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in the next video. Jai Mahakal.